the other man. So I reinstalled Warframe. It happens once a year or so, where something happens in the Warframe. Usually TennoCon happens, the annual Warframe convention. I don't know if they did I don't think they did a physical event, but I reinstalled Warframe because they started talking about Warframe again. Apparently that's all it takes for me to go like, Warframe. Yeah, Warframe. And so I reinstalled it, and I'm pleased to announce that unlike last year's Warframe install, where I ran the stealth mission I was stuck on and failed it, this time I ran the stealth mission and completed it. It was not especially fun. The stealth the stealth thing in that game is not great, because like if you set off an alarm near the objective that you're trying to get to, then eventually that objective can be destroyed, and so you can just straight up fail the mission that way. And that's probably like a trivial thing if you are playing a lot of Warframe. As someone who's not played Warframe in a year, the stealth feels very tacked on. It does not feel like a full-fledged system in the game. It's more just like, oh yeah, you've set off the alarms and you better hurry up and disable it. By the way, do you remember what the alarm disabling minigame even looks like? Well, we're going to show it to you. You're like, oh shit, okay. And so I progressed there. I leveled up my weapons, which is weird because I thought the weapons I was using, I thought that they were at the level cap, so maybe they increased the level cap at some point in the past. And then I stared at a bunch of menus and was like, I have no idea what any of this is. There's a way to auto equip mods, and so I hit that a couple of times, and that went okay. And then I looked in the menu and saw something. Every year I see something called Railjack, which I think is you get your own spaceship and do some shooting in a spaceship. And I was like, that sounds like it could be cool. And so I tried to join some kind of Railjack trading mission. Railjack. I don't even, like, if nothing else, can we at least respect that the words Railjack are really fun to say? Railjack. We're going to get out there and do some railjacking. Railin', jacking. My two favorite things. In that order. And so I hit Railjack on the menu, and it was like, if you own your own Railjack, you can do this. If you don't, you can join a Railjack crew. And I'm like, hell yeah, put me on the Railjack crew. Do I own a Railjack? I have no idea. Where's a thing that says you own a Railjack? There's just a menu here, and it literally just says Railjack. Railjack. And then I ended up teleporting, it ended up loading me into a different spaceship. And there were 3 other people on the spaceship, and and it's just like, I'm still in this hyperspace thing, and I can go man turrets, but there's nothing to shoot because I'm in hyperspace. It won't even let me shoot. I can't just dump into space to practice the feeling of shooting. And I just walked around this ship for a while, completely lost, going like, is this my Railjack? Did I own a Railjack this entire time? Or am I on someone else's Railjack and they all quit, and so I'm stranded on a rail? Am I stranded on a Railjack that's never going to land? Do Railjacks land? What's a Railjack? Help! And so I had to eventually hit Alt F4 to get out of the game because I didn't see anything there in any of the menus that would let me quit the Railjack and get back to my normal ship for doing missions or whatever. And so I just had to hit Alt F4, and that was it. That was my time with Warframe. See you next year, Warframe. Except I still have Warframe installed, so I don't know. There's a part of me that's just like, what if I played more Warframe? But then I was hearing from a couple of people that Destiny has gotten good again. And I was like, what if I played some Destiny too? So we'll see. We'll see, Warframe. I don't know. Every time I play Warframe, I'm like, man, there are elements of this game that are really awesome. There are parts of Warframe that are really nice, that look really good, that are like satisfying, that are interesting, and there are parts of it that are just like, man, You have been working on this game for a lot of years, haven't you? You have been stacking things on top of things for a very long time, haven't you? Because, and clearly at some point, over the years, they said, like, we've got to make this easier. And so some things got sandwiched together and other things didn't. And Warframe just looks like, whatever. There are a lot of people that I'm sure are playing Warframe that are just like, fuck you, it's not that hard. And I get it. Like, they've added the ability to, like, hey, your next active quest is just in the upper right corner of the screen and you can click on it and go there, which is nice, because before that, it's like, what the fuck does any of this do? Like, I'm just going to click on a planet and go here. Do I need shards of some kind to do that? Like, what? Anyway, got trapped on a railjack, and I had to force quit the game to get out of it. So I don't know.